Very good morning, good evening. Welcome to Mahipati Talks. As you know that because of this COVID-19, we have been inviting resource persons, famous personalities, where they can share their knowledge and make the society a better society. Today we have got a resource person. Everybody knows him. He is a very senior most professor, Dr. K.V. Subbaraj Garu. He is a MSc Psychology, and he has done 4 month course on education from Harvard University, USA. He's also author, motivational, and keynote speaker. And he authored the books which he has authored is prescribed as a textbook in various universities and autonomous colleges. He has impacted 2.5 lakh students and youth through his programs and books used as textbooks by 2 lakh plus people. PG education in chemistry, psychology, computer sciences. And he has done the most beauty is that he has done a 4 month training from Harvard University, USA, in education, intelligence, and learning. His mission is to impact 10 lakhs people in making them to be successful in their life. I'm glad and happy that Professor K.V. Subbaraju sir has accepted to deliver a session. Today's need of our 4 ways to use book reading for personal growth. As you know that we have got a lot of time because of this COVID-19. So most of the people are working from home, or else even the professors and teachers are working from home. They find some time. So these 4 ways to use book reading for personal growth will be more effective. And hence, sir has decided to deliver the session on this topic called 4 ways to use book reading for personal growth. Now I invite Dr. K.V. Subbaraj sir, the professor, to deliver a session on 4 ways to use book reading for personal growth. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Srinivas Rao, for a wonderful introduction. And thank you, friends. I am here to share how book reading can transform your life. And not only your life, it can impact the life of the whole country. Recently, we have got Jeff Bezos visiting India. He was telling that 21st century is India's century. If India has to become a great country, book reading is the important technique for that. Next, I show you a slide where all of us want riches. Riches means people think it is only money. And there are 8 kinds of riches, not just money. Having wealth is one kind of Lakshmi, one kind of richness. Having courage, Dhairya Lakshmi is the most important Lakshmi. It is courage. I can attitude. Book reading can give you the Dhairya Lakshmi. I can do attitude. Not only that, it gives you Vidya Lakshmi. When you read good books, you understand the value of education and you prosper in education. And when you have education and dhairya and a goal, what happens is success always knocks your door. So, my dear friends, once you get Vijaya Lakshmi and Dhairya Lakshmi, Vijayam happens, success happens. The secret of success is Vijaya Lakshmi and Dhairya Lakshmi. When you get success, you can have goals towards money. You can have goals towards health. You can have goals towards prosperity. So success is the most important one. Book reading gives you Vijayalakshmi and Dhairya Lakshmi. With success, you earn lots of money, you get riches, physical resources, you get a good car, you get a good building, you get lot of land. Riches you get, physical riches you get. Not only that, the next kind of Lakshmi is Dhanya Lakshmi, means having good food and ability and health to digest is called as a Dhanya Lakshmi. So by just reading books, you can get all the 8 kinds of wealth, and not only that, getting knowledge. Many people have the idea that reading books gives only knowledge. But please try to understand, reading books gives you Dhairya Lakshmi, Vidya Lakshmi, Vijay Lakshmi, Dhanalakshmi, and Dhanya Lakshmi. And not only that, it gives you another Lakshmi, that is a Santana Lakshmi. That means relationships with your family, with your neighbors, and with your parents, with your co-workers. This Santana Lakshmi is very important. Unless a person has got a good relationships, he can never be happy. And then the next one is Saubhagya Lakshmi, means it is getting respect, getting contribution, and it is a celebration of your success. This is called a Saubhagya Lakshmi. Some people have everything, but they don't contribute for the world. They don't get respect from the world, and they are always unhappy mood. Saubhagya Lakshmi gives a joyous celebration. It gives you respect from people around, and it gives you contribute for the whole world. The most important Lakshmi is called as Adi Lakshmi. This removes the ego. When you got the 7 Lakshmis, you think I am the greatest. I am the boss. Nobody can beat me. Please try to understand. Please try to understand. When you have Adi Lakshmi, you understand I got all this by the blessing of the God, by the blessings of the nature, by the blessings of my parents, by the blessings of by the people around. You lose the ego. This is very, very important. The shortcut to failure and the shortcut to unhappiness is to get the ego. Adi Lakshmi divide may removes all this ego. So my dear friends, by reading books you can have a holistic happiness. You got the holistic richness. As our Bharatiya system says, we get Asta Aishwaryalu. My dear friends, book reading is so powerful. I want to share another slide now. And this Jeff Bezos recently visited India. Then he told that 21st century is a century of India, because India is going to prosper in the world. India is going to prosper and dominate the whole world. It is going to become a great country. My dear friends, in 21st century, you require a different kinds of people. You see on the right, there are two circles, you see. Left hand side, you got the 19th and 20th century, and the right side, you got the 21st century. 21st century is different from 19th and 20th century. In the 19th and 20th century, please see here, you got 20% only professionals and about 80% small workers and petty workers. Less value for professionals in the 19th and 20th century, but the 21st century, the whole world is changing. In 21st century, you require a different set of skills. These skills you can get only by reading books. In the 19th, 20th century, if you have got the technical skills, you are successful. Having technical skills made you successful. Just the technical skills were sufficient. But 21st century was different. You have to be self-managed. You have to be self-motivated. And you should be self-learning. You should be a self-leader. Nobody directs you. Nobody tells you what to do. Nobody motivates you. There is no boss for you. You are the only boss. In 21st century, if you can be your own boss, you can be a self-learning, self-motivated, self-managed leader. 21st century belongs to you. My dear friends, in 21st century, if we want to make India a great country, we have to train to become the self-leaders. You can become self-leaders only by reading books. on self-development, biographies of great people, and self-development books change your thinking, they change your goals, they develop icon attitude. And my dear friends, book reading is very, very crucial. If Indians read books, India becomes a great country. India will become a great country when Indians read books. Very, very simple formula. My dear friends, it is so important. Reading books is so crucial. So, my dear friends, in the 21st century, because of 65% young population, if all of us can work hard, all of us can become self-learners, India is going to become a great country. If India develops the habit of reading books, if Indians develop the habit of reading books, not only the children, not only the youth, but also the parents, employees, if they start reading self-development books, if they develop themselves, if they become self-learning, self-managing, self-motivated leaders, India is going to become a great country. There will be so many Pichayas will come. There will be so many Sachem Nadellas come. They are self-motivated. Indians in America succeed because once they are in other countries, they learn to be self-managed, they learn to be self-motivated, they learn to be self-learning people. My dear friends, the shortcut for India's success is in us. If all of us start reading books, a great change will happen. A great transformation of India happens. And in the next few slides, I will tell what are the advantages of reading books and how to read books. And I will tell about 7 to 8 great books. If you can read those books, the potential inside will come out. You understand that I'm a genius, and your genius potential will blossom, will come out. My dear friends, read books. Here I want to tell you one habit. This is a very interesting habit. If any one of you, me or you, or if any one of you want to prosper in this 21st century, if any one of you want to become a rich person, if any one of you want to become a prosperous person and a happy person, here is a shortcut. One habit that changes India as a great country. You have to do two investments. One is invest 30 minutes every day and invest every day 5 rupees. And when you do these two things, you can read books. My dear friends, if you read self-development books, half an hour, you can read 7 pages. Suppose you read a book on Think and Grow Rich. It is around 300-page book. It is about 300-page book. Suppose you read 30 minutes, you read 7 to 8 pages. Within 1 month, you can complete one book. The book costs around 200 rupees. If you invest 5 rupees, 6 rupees, 7 rupees every day, you get to, if you put a DB and keep 7 rupees every day in the DB, at the end of the month, it becomes 200 rupees. With 200 rupees, you can buy a book. And every month you buy a book and read a new book on self-development, your thinking changes, your learning changes, your attitude changes, your mindset changes. your actions change. Actions are very important. Thinking changes, mindsets changes, your actions changes, and actions give results. Very, very simple formula for India. My dear friends, if India has to become, if Bharat has to become Mahan, Bharat Mahan, you have to develop the habit of reading books. 30 minutes a day, investing 5 or 6 rupees every day. And by this way, every month you can read one book. In a year, you can read 12 books. If you just read 12 great books and put them in action, you see here, there is a Radham here, there is a chariot here, there is a small interesting story here. And there was a priest has got a beautiful daughter. There is a Swayamvara, and in the Swayamvara, so many people came. One person came out and said, I am Jnani, I have knowledge. So please give that girl to me for marriage. The second person said, no, 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 knowledge useless. I have all the weapons. I have all the skills. I am Vijnani. Give that girl in marriage to me. And everybody came and was telling that I got this or that. And suddenly a Brahma Rakshasa came, and Brahma Rakshasa took the girl away. He took the girl away. When he took the girl away, what happened was, when he took the girl away, what happened was, everybody was confused what to do. And then what happened was, a Sora came. The third person named as Sora came. He took and the Jnani said, I have the map to go to the Brahma Rakshasa. And the Vijnani said, I have got the tools to go and kill him. So the Sora, a man of courage, a man of action, took the map and sat on the chariot with the weapons, went there, taka, and fought with the Brahma Rakshasa and killed him, and brought that girl back. And who has to marry now? And the priest gave the man of action is more important than man of knowledge and skills. So he gave that girl to the Sura. And my dear friends, what I want to say is, you may be getting more and more knowledge, you are getting more and more skills, put them in action. Action is also very important. Reading is important. Whatever you learn, put them into action. When you put them into action day by day, they become habits. And habits make you. My dear friends, please try to understand. Please try to understand. You can. Please try to understand. Action is very important. Read. I'm telling you what books to read. Not only just reading the books, but put the books into action. When you put the books into action, great things will happen, as that happened to the Sura. And what is the importance of, and here you got what the picture of this person is. Who is this person? Can you write on this? Can you write? Can you report on that? Can you give a message? And who is this person? Everybody knows. Recently retired. With that person, MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni, at the time of beginning of his, at the beginning, he was not a great player. He was not a great player. He was an average player, but he has got a great attitude. What they say is, attitude is 88%. Your attitude determines 88% for your success. Only 12% is to knowledge. Because of great attitude, Dhoni became a great captain. He became a great leader. He won 3 world championships. One is the T20 World Cup, and One Day World Cup, and also the ICC Championship. He's the only player, only captain to win these championships. Please try to understand when you read books, your attitude changes. You become a positive attitude person. You become a learning attitude person. You become a I can attitude person. Then you can beat any situation. So this is a great example. By reading books, you can change your thinking, you can change your mindset, and not only that, you can change your goals. Please try to understand every student has got genius potential. Everyone is a genius. Everyone has got extraordinary potential, but he has to use the potential. He has to use the skills to realize the potential. And you have to set where you are coming from is not important. Where you are going is more important. Please try to understand your goals are very important. Your attitude is very important. When you read books, your attitude changes and your goals change and your vocabulary changes and your communication changes. Not only these four ways, in several other ways, books impact our life. Books give us 8 kinds of riches. Everybody wants 8 kinds of riches. Having 3, 4 riches doesn't make you a complete person. Now let us come to what kind of books we have to read. What kind of books you have to read? You can book books on technical knowledge and subjects is one kind. The second one is book on self-development. How do you get the books on self-development? You get the books on self-development by a person based on his experience. I will discuss about the book later on. In that book, one person as a 18, 19-year-old boy, he interviewed 500 great people, including Edison, including Ford. He interviewed them, learned about their success secrets, and then he wrote a book called as Think and Grow Rich. About that, I am going to discuss later. Please try to understand by reading the book Success Secrets, by reading the book Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich, you can get the expertise of 500 great people. They are not living now. They are living in the 19th century. My dear friends, the book has a lot of impact. It is just like going to Ford and talking to him. It is just like going to Edison and talking to him. So books are such wonderful things. So please try to read books on self-development. They help you enhance your mindset, your goals, and your communication skills, your emotional skills, and they help you to live your life better. Now, please try to understand people live at 5 levels. People are living at 5 levels. They're thinking in 5 levels. They are motivated by they are motivated by 5 different ways. They are motivated by 5 different ways. And ordinary people want only food and clothes. They want just food and basic physiological needs for the body. They look for small job. They are not worried about to grow in life. So that kind of people are called as first level people. They have got physiological needs. And the second one is safety needs. Some people think that I'm getting some money, let me have safety. That means let me have a job, a permanent job. It gives me safety. Let me buy a small house. It gives me safety. The people live at second level like this. Around 50-60% people live at the first and second levels. Third kind of people already satisfied physiological needs and safety needs. They want social, they want prestige. They buy a car not for himself, they buy a car for the prestige. He thinks that my car is bigger than my friend's car. So they compare. My house is bigger than my friend's house. They want to compare. Please try to understand the third kind of level, social needs. So when you read books from physiological needs, you go to safety needs, and then you go to social needs. If you read more and more books, and if you talk to good people, wise people, then you go to the next level, esteem needs. You don't compare with others. I want to become a better person. I want to grow in my life. I want to learn more skills. These called as self-esteem needs. And these people do not compare with others. They don't compare with others. Just what they do is just they look, uh, they want to grow in life. The next level of people are called as self-actualization. That means they want, I have 100 level potential. Now I'm at 50 level. I have to grow to that 100 level of potential. I can grow up to 100 level. So let me grow up to that level. That is called as the self-actualization level. I will be talking about a book called as Jonathan Livingstone Seagull about these kinds of needs. You can understand the 5 kinds of levels when you read when I talk about the book Jonathan Livingstone, the seagull, the story of a seagull which wants to learn new things, which wants to become a better seagull. So when you read books, what happens is it enhances your thinking skills. It enhances your goal setting skills. So when you read good books, when you take successful people, when you read motivational books, you set higher goals, and then you grow from physiological needs to safety needs, social needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization. Self-actualization people author books, write books, because they want to share their knowledge with others. And they want to start companies. They want to innovate new products. They want to contribute for the country. Those people are called as the self-actualization people. My dear friends, book reading helps you to grow from a lower level to higher level. When more and more Indians start thinking at esteem needs and self-actualization needs, India is going to become prosperous. India is going to become a developed country. India is going to become a great country. When all of us have higher level of goals, India becomes a strong country, and nobody, none of our neighbors can dare to look at India. If you want to make India a strong country, change your thinking, change your goals by reading books. And then you contribute more for the country. When all of us contribute more for the country, India becomes a great country, a strong country, a rich country, a prosperous country, a educated country. My dear friends, read books. Read books is a panacea for all problems. One shot, all birds. Not one shot, two birds. For all of our goals, for all of our problems, for all of our riches, there is only one shortcut, that is reading books. By reading books, you can get Ashtalakshmi. Please tell, you can get Ashtalakshmi. As I told you, the Lakshmi of Dhairya, the Lakshmi of Vidya, and then Dhairya Lakshmi, Vidya Lakshmi, Vijay Lakshmi, and then you can also have the Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi. You can have the Santana Lakshmi, Saubhagya Lakshmi, and Adi Lakshmi. And when you develop book reading habit, your thinking changes, your actions changes, your goals change, you become a happy person, and and you also make the people around you, the team members, your family members, your teachers or your students, your boss or subordinates become happy people, my dear friends. Read books. Book reading enhances our thinking level. And then where your thinking is, where you're coming from is not important. Where you're going is more important. When you read books, we go to a good place, we go to a beautiful place, we go to a prosperous place, we go to a happy place. My dear friends, please try to understand book reading has a multi effect. It has a multiple effect. It has got a lot of effect. And my dear friends, during my 25 years of training students, I'm working as a professor for the last 40 years. But from the last 25 years, I'm training students. And I trained around 2.5 lakh students. And when training, I interacted with so many people. When I interacted with so many people, I knew their success secrets. I studied who are successful, who are not successful. I got their stories, and I used all the stories, and I created a book called as Five Success Secrets for Students, otherwise Success Secrets for Engineering Students, Zeros, Heroes, Superheroes, and then Attitude. I wrote all these books based on my 25 years experience. It is not imagination. I did not imagine and write the books. I got the stories of students. I observed them succeed, I observed them fail. And based on their success stories and their failure stories, knowing what are the reasons for that, I wrote two books. One is called the Five Success Secrets. Here you can see, and this you got the five secrets or find positives in people. And here you got this person, this man, this is who is that? Dhoni is an icon for this. Dhoni is great because he found positives in his players. He said he talked to a spinner telling that you are a great spinner. He went to a batsman, told you are a great batsman. He always found the strengths. He never tried to find the negatives in them, in weak points in them, because of that single character, because of his ability, because of his ability to the ability to find positives in people. He could get great performance from his players. And because of that reason, he was respected by all his teammates, and his team won many times. As I told you just now, they have won three great championships, T20 championships in 2007 and 2011. You got the World Cup one days, and then the third one is ICC Championships 2013. You please try to understand because of his attitude, finding positives in people. When you read good books, you become like Dhoni. You become a great leader. The second secret is find possibilities. This as I told you, this is based on the stories. Find the possibilities. And when Apple fell on Newton, Newton did not complain. I was sleeping. Why Apple fell on me? Why it disturbed me sleep? He thought of why it fell on the earth. Why not into the space? And he discovered the law of gravitation. The law of gravitation. My dear friends, success people don't complain. They try to find possibilities in problems. They take them as challenges. They use problems as opportunities. They use challenges as opportunities, and they create great new products. All the discoveries happened because of challenges, because of problems. Life is full of problems. When you find a solution, you grow in life. If you can find a solution for the problem of a large number of people, you become an innovator and you find a new product, you become very rich in money and respect. My dear friends, there are problems. You are always having problems. Don't complain about problems. Complaining about problems will not solve problems. I know sometime back in around 2000, one of my students, Sachikiran, was writing the examination. At the time, the paper was very tough, and everybody thought the paper so tough. Let us not try, even if we work for 3 hours, we cannot pass the examination. Why wasting time? Let us go for the matinee show. And they left the hall within 1.5 hours. But one student thought paper tough means paper tough for everybody. Values will be easier. So he worked hard. Whatever he knew, he wrote in the examination with a positive attitude. He used pictures. He described it. He used all the 3 hours to present the information, whatever he knows, as much as possible. And then what happened? Because the question paper was very tough, many people did not perform well. So because of the evaluation was easier, that fellow passed in examination, and that confidence, when he went on to get the all India first rank in the GATE examination in 2000 in electrical engineering. My dear friends, every problem is an opportunity. Life is nothing but a series of problems. Book reading helps us solve problems, because in books we read so many stories where ordinary people solve extraordinary problems. When you solve a big problem, you become a hero, you become an innovator, you become a scientist. My dear friends, possibilities are very important. Somebody complained why there is a lot of noise in the refrigerator. One person removed the noise making motor and kept it outside. And now we have got the split ACs. There's the problem of noise in the refrigerator. One person thought innovatively. He removed the noise making motor, compressor, and kept it outside. No noise. My dear friends, problems are opportunities. The next one is give first to give. In relationships, you know why Kalam is a great person. Kalam is a great person because Kalam always gave. Kalam always gave. Kalam was always grateful. He was always contributing. Wherever he went, he was motivating people. And because of his giving attitude, you regard him as one of the best presidents in the world. You regard him as one of the best presidents in the world. Is a great scientist. And you know, you have to read the story of Kalam to know how you can also become a great scientist. You can also become a great loved person, my dear friends. People should love you. Next, we have got the C.V. Raman, and C.V. Raman wanted to become a scientist, but he got a job as an accountant. Daytime worked as an accountant, nighttime as a scientist. He became a professor in Calcutta University, and then he discovered the Raman effect on ethanol, and then he got the Nobel Prize. My dear friends, this is whatever you do, enjoy what you do, whether you like it or not, you enjoy what you do, and you also do what you enjoy. C.V. Raman did the job of accountant very efficiently. That's the work he has to do. And not only that, he wanted to enjoy research. He worked on that. You know, the first person in science to get a Nobel Prize in whole of Asia, not in India, no, not in whole of Asia, is the first person to get a Nobel Prize doing research in India using small equipment and low cost chemicals. That is extraordinary. My dear friends, enjoy whatever you do is important. What I want to say is, my dear friends, by reading books, you can learn so many ideas. You can implement all those ideas. As I was telling you, I used my 25 years experience to write a book, and that is the experience of thousands of students, and that went on to become a textbook in um, um, JNTU Hyderabad and some other universities, many affiliated colleges. It has become a reference book in many universities, and people use it as a kid book. When the students join engineering college, in the very first month, every student was given a free book of success secrets, because that book tells you what to do to succeed and what makes you fail. So, my dear friends, learn to read books, learn new techniques in that, apply them, your life will become extraordinary, friends. Then I'm coming to the, so far I told about my book. I told about my book, and there is another book that is got Zero Heroes, Superheroes. That book tells how to set goals, how to set small goals, how to develop a vision, how to develop a purpose, how to work as teams, affirmations, visualizations. Any person who can read the book can easily set very good goals, and which anybody can reach very effortlessly, very faster and very smoother, and surely they can reach goals. My dear friends, develop the habit of reading books. If you are a parent, read the books to your children. You read the books. When you read the books, your children read the books. Many parents say that, I bought books, my children are not studying. Children do what you do. Students do what the teacher do. If the teacher does read books, the students read books. If the parent does read books, his children read books. When there is a reading family, there is a prosperous family. The very shortcut for a family to be happy is read books. Together, read story books, read books on self-development, read books on great people's biographies, autobiographies, anecdotes. When you do that, your family grows. As a teacher, if you are a teacher, if you read books, tell some principle to the students. Students will love you. Students will treat you as God. Students want not only the technical knowledge, they want the life knowledge. When you read the books, you get the life knowledge. When you get the life knowledge, you can guide your children and you can guide your students. Students love you so much. Whenever you go to a class, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, tell about a book, tell about some incidents, some tips like that. Students will grow into great people. My dear friends, now I want to put the Think and Grow Rich, the great book. It was written in 1937. This person has influenced 500 great people. I was telling you, and not only Ford, and then Edison. So many great people were interviewed. Andrew Carnegie, actually, Andrew Carnegie is the richest man at that time. He was a steel magnate. He was the richest man in America. Because to become rich, people are failing. People are failing many times, and then they are becoming rich. He wanted to create rich people. He wanted to create more millionaires. So he advised this author, Napoleon Hill. He was a child. Napoleon Hill was a child. At the time, Andrew Carnegie advised Napoleon Hill, interview great people and find out what are the common points and keep them in the form of a book. And any person who reads the book, if he reads the book, applies the book, anybody will become a lakpati. He becomes a millionaire. He becomes a crorepati. but it has given 13 principles. It is almost an MBA book. It is more than an MBA book. It gives everything. There's one important concept that is called as a mastermind is a great concept. In this book, several things are there. Mastermind is the most important. That means always be connected to people from different areas. Suppose you are good in education, have friends who are able to invest money well, who are good in technology. So when you have people with different abilities, you can get their advice. You need not do yourself. You need not fail in unknown areas. You can, my dear friends, you can follow those principles, those the advice of the other. This calls a mastermind is a very, very important concept, my dear friends. As a student, suppose if you are a parent, if you want to make your child appear for an IIT examination, have somebody who joined his son in IIT. And then if you want to write a book, have some people who wrote books. Not only that, not only, my dear friends, not only I want you to read books, I want you to write books. Because everybody is a different kind of person. No two people have got the same experiences. My experiences are different, your experiences are different. I am born in a village. I walked every day 6 kilometers barefoot, crossing 3 rivers, the 3 small canals, creeks. And somebody else came from a city. His experience is different, my experience is different. So every one of us can become authors, not only readers, we can also become authors. My dear friends, I wish some of you become readers. Some of you become authors, write books. You note down your experiences. When you read something interesting is there, write down there. And during a period of time, you get so much of experience, so much of information, and you can put that in the form book. That book will be unique. It will not be compared with others because your experiences, your life is different. And for many hundreds of people, thousands of people, that book may be useful. That helps them to succeed faster. My dear friends, read books like this, Think and Grow Rich. Is a book. Rich doesn't mean here only money. Health is a richness. Having positive thinking is a richness. Having good friends is richness. Having education is richness. As I was telling you, Ashtalakshmi is, you can have, here he wrote the book, Think and Grow Rich doesn't mean the physical money, doesn't mean the physical riches, richness in every way. Have a desire, have faith in yourself, commit yourself, have a plan, work on that, use a mastermind group of people to guide you. So this way, there are 13 principles. By applying these principles, he gives a lot of case studies, he has given the real stories, he gives the real success and failure of the people living at the time. Around 1920s, he has taken the real stories and wrote the book. It is a must read for everybody. I expect every one of you to read the book. Grab the book. You go to Amazon. You get it for 100, 150. Buy this book. My dear friends, read books. I was talking about another great book. I was telling about Jonathan Livingstone Seagull. I was telling you some time back. People live at 5 levels. I was telling people live at 5 levels. First level is called the physiological needs, having food and shelter. Second level is the job security. The third one is want to better than our social needs, want to become better than other people. The fourth one is we don't compare with others. We want to become better than ourselves. We read good books. We learn new things. We grow. That is called self-growth. self-esteem needs. And the fourth kind is called as self-actualization. That means you try to um, you realize your 100% potential. You want to utilize all your time, all your talents, all your skills, so that you are useful to the world. 100% is called as um, self-actualization. You have self-realization. You have to be useful to the whole world. This is the 5 levels. Here you see seagulls. The seagulls live near the sea, and the only job is throughout the day they catch fish and eat. They sleep. They don't do anything. They spend all their time. They work very hard to catch fish, eat them. Most of the time they spend on catching fish. And there is one gull called as Jonathan Livingstone. This seagull is having self-actualization level of thinking. It thought that I am not just born just to eat and die. I have to do something better. How can I become better? So it tries to learn new kinds of flying. It somersaults. It it flies very fast. It will learn so many tricks what other birds are doing. It tried to know from other birds. It doesn't like to live like the uh, doesn't live like the old other girls. It was very skilled. It was just catching fish in half an hour, eating that. The remaining time it wants to learn new techniques. It wants to learn the new techniques in the remaining time, and it tries to somersault and try to new techniques. And all the other birds, all the other seagulls also want to imitate. At the time the elders become very angry. We are seagulls. Seagulls are born to eat, born to catch fish, eat fish, sleep and die. We should not do anything else. And then they expel that seagull. Because if you are here, all the other girls are following you and you are spoiling our other kids. We don't want that. They expelled, and they say that nobody should talk to that seagull because that seagull has got a higher vision. It has a higher goal. It has a higher purpose. It wants to do things in a different way, in a new way. My dear friends, my dear friends, you can also do like that. When you read books, you learn new techniques and you can think of higher level. How can I become better? Day by day, I want to become a better and better person. Day by day, I learn more and more new things. Day by day, I put them into action, and action gives me results. I grow day by day. That should be your attitude, just like the Jonathan Livingstone, the ordinary seagull. And then it tries to perfect its flying. It goes out of the place, it goes into space, it meets other seagulls which are experts, and it comes back, trains a seagull its own techniques. It teaches whatever it knew to a seagull called as Rutherford, asking that Rutherford to teach all the seagulls. It has become a leader. It has become a guru. It has become a guru of gurus. It is creating leaders. It is creating gurus. It is creating teachers. It is a small book, around 40-50 pages book. It is a 1 hour is more than sufficient for that. It is highly meaningful. Highly meaningful. Everyone should read that book. It is available in Telugu also. It is available in Telugu also. And please, my dear friends, please read those books. When you read such books, There is a book called as Jonathan Livingstone, the Seagull. The Telugu is also available. So, my dear friends, by reading great books, you can understand when a seagull can become a better person, can become a guru, and it goes to new places, and it learns, and it makes new gurus. It makes new teachers, my dear friends. A leader makes many leaders so that he goes to higher level. My dear friends, leaders make leaders. Please tell them, leaders make leaders. Do you understand this? And the Jonathan Livingstone Seagull learned new techniques. It wanted every seagull to learn the new techniques. It wanted every seagull lead a happy life. So it made teachers. It made teachers. When you read a book, when you write a book, by reading that book, hundreds of people can learn and they can teach to other people. Today, by reading the Jonathan Livingstone Seagull, you can teach students and our children great things. Actually, my son, who is an IITian, when he was around 13, 14-year age, I asked him to read the book. He read it. He read it within 1 hour because he understood. We can go to higher level. Actually, he has shown it in his life. He got a IIT rank. He got a 710 IIT rank, 170 MCET rank. My dear friends, when a person knows the purpose, and once the person is connected with the book, when the person gets connected with the book and reads the book and applies book, he can be very successful. I understood that by my son who read the book. He really enjoyed the book. He understood the purpose of his life. He understood he can grow in life. My dear friends, please read the books. My dear friends, I wish all of you read good books. I wish all of you read very good books and read them, apply them in your life. Teach them to your children. Help them to understand them. Help them to apply them. Guide them and teach them to your colleagues, your students, your juniors, your subordinates. These books, you can make a life an interesting one. You can make life very interesting. When you become happy, you can spread happiness around you. When you read books, you get the syrup, you get the recipe to become successful, to become rich, to become happy. This you can reach, this you can teach to people around you. That's very important. My dear friends, just not knowing that, teach people around you. When you teach that to people around you, they also grow. When people around you are prosperous and they're happy, your happiness enhances more and more. Learn every day, read every day. My dear friends, every one of you can succeed in life. Every one of you can be happy in life. Some of us do not know the recipe to be successful, recipe to be happy. These books are the recipe to be successful and to be happy. Not only we being successful, we can make our family happy and our family successful. And not only that, we can make our people around happy. Actually, the book readers are one person says that all leaders are readers. All great leaders are readers. All the great leaders have read the books which I am telling you. All those people have read the books. You know Warren Buffett, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is richest, very rich person. That person spends 80% of the time in reading books and mostly related to his field of investing. please try to understand reading helps a lot. Reading is better than seeing a video, because when you are seeing a video, you are passive, you are not doing anything. When you are reading a book, you can underline important points, you can write down important points, so you are actively learning. Finally you can make some points, and there itself you can write down some of your experiences, you can write down where you can apply this principle. My dear friends, book reading is very important. It will solve all your problems, and it makes you successful. It gives you Ashta Aishwarya. It gives you 8 riches. I was telling you 8 riches. The first one is the Dhairya Lakshmi. A person need to have a Dhairya. One should have a courage. And when you read the book, a positive attitude is nothing but courage. I can attitude. Grit is very important. By reading books, you get grit. There is a Dhairya Lakshmi, and you get um, Vijaya Lakshmi. When you have both things apply to reach a goal, you get success, you get Vijaya Lakshmi, and when you get a Vijayam, you get money, and you can buy anything you want. You can have good food, you can have good relationships, that is Santan Lakshmi. Having good food is called as the Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, and having contributing to the world, respect from the world, celebrating in the world is called as the Saubhagya Lakshmi. And the last one is, many people when they get these 7 Aishwaryas, they become very egoistic. I am the great, you are the useless. My dear friends, Adi Lakshmi tells you it is not your own. It is the nature has given this, God has given this, people around you have given this. You are one among the a lot of people. Don't be egoistic. That is called as Adi Lakshmi. When a person has got 8 Lakshmis, his life is a celebration. Wherever he is, there is celebration around. You get the celebration of 8 Aishwaryas only by reading books. Very, very small investment, my dear friends. Read every day, 30 minutes, read 7 pages, write down important points, think of where I can apply these principles, and put 5 or 6 or 7 rupees in the dibby, and at the end of month, 30 days, you get around 200 rupees. Buy a new book again and again. Have your own books, underline the books, and then write important points there, write your ideas there. That is the way of reading books. Some people just they don't
Thank
want
you,
to
sir.
spoil the book. They want to make book a new book only. No, that's of no use. We have to write the book. My dear friend, this is one of the Jonathan Livingstone's book is a very interesting one. And the next one I already told you about this book, that is Think and Grow Rich, where he has given this is a mini MBA book. This is more than MBA. This is more than MBA. This is a great book. Everybody should read this, my dear friends. That makes you rich in all the that makes you rich or in all the 8 ways. Not just having money and no health. Some people, I have a friend who is having a Rasagolla shop, but he has got sugar disease, has got diabetes. He is a diabetic. When he is diabetic, please try to understand, you cannot eat rasagolla. Your shop is full of rasagollas, but there is no enzyme in your body, nothing to digest the rasagolla, my dear friends. Richness means not only having money. The Vijaya Shakti, Dhairya Lakshmi, Vijay Lakshmi, Dhanlakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, my dear friends, Saubhagya Lakshmi, Santana Lakshmi, and the Adi Lakshmi. When you got all these Lakshmis, you are very, very prosperous, my dear friends. Please, these books, Think and Grow Rich, makes you rich in every
Thank you, sir.
possible
Thank
way.
you. That was a wonderful. There was a question, sir.
Okay.
Sir, please tell me the technique of how to read a book, how to take notes.
Yes, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. the advantage the advantage of reading books is you can note take. When you read it, you don't have that. That's a major advantage. And some people use always a red. They mark will be there. They will always mark there. There is a highlighter. They put highlighter. Some people use highlighter, and that is one thing. The second thing is if you write the important point there, if you write just beside that, write the important point there, and your mind is active, you are working, you have read the book, and you mind has understood it, your hand is writing it, that means you are processing the information 4 or 5 times. That will be in your mind. It sticks to your mind. It sticks to your mind. It glues to your mind. My dear friend, reading books, you have to write notes. Some people make a separate notes also. Some people write their experience also there itself. They also write down where I can apply this principle.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir. Correct, correct. So they can either write or they can highlight whatever they need. No, whatever the system they would like to know, they can do it. No, now it's open for the questions, sir. We'll try to open it for the full Q&A. If
thank you.
there are any questions, they can ask the questions. We have a next session also now. Can you stop sharing the screen, sir, so that we'll ask the participants to ask questions if they have got any queries?
From the beginning,
You can close the, you can stop sharing the screen, sir, so that we'll ask the participants. On the top, you
Okay.
have the stop sharing screen, sir. View options is there, no? So there you can stop sharing the screen.
Mr. Shop sharing.
Yes, sir. Sir. So that we'll go for Q&A, sir. So we are running, no, like we, yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Chandrasekhar garu,
Yes.
Bhavani garu, Lakshmi Prasad garu, Ramu Bhavanash garu, Ramakrishna garu, మా ఎడిటర్ గారు అయినా భావనాష్ గారు, రామకృష్ణ గారు మా ఎడిటర్ గారు అయినా పుస్తకాన్ని ఆయనే చేశారు. వండర్ఫుల్ పర్సన్, గ్రేట్ మ్యాన్. 50% కంట్రిబ్యూషన్ టు రామకృష్ణ గారు, భావనాషి for the book. And then
Sir, it's open for questions. If you have any queries or if you want to give what are your learnings, you can share. We're getting many compliments in the chat box, sir. It's a wonderful session. A lot of learning is happening. Readers and leaders. Even we have got many compliments that are coming up on the YouTube also, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
People like Lalita Soundararajan said, it's a wonderful session, sir. Okay. And Mahipati Gayatri says it's a nice lecture, sir. And Yugandhar Kalidandi says the nice lecture, Subraj Garu. Okay. Wonderful cats. Kid says no. She has given the example that Dhoni, the Dhoni example was
okay.
Wonderful. And Srinivas Raj says, good evening, Subraj Garu. Wonderful session. Thank you very much. And we have got Professor Satyakiran says, good to hear from Subraj, sir. He's an humble man. Okay. Yugandhar Kalidandi says, learning a lot of things from the lecture. And Nagababu Chinna says, please suggest me one book for beginners. When they want to start reading, can you suggest any one book? He was asking. And this is open for Q&A. If anybody has any Q&A queries, or if you want to share any of your learnings, we'll take one and we'll try to conclude because next session is going to start.
Regarding the best book to read, many people read that book as the first book. That is How to Win Friends and Influence People. That is the first book I read when I was a 20-year-old person. That changed my whole life. I am here because of that one book. It is a easy read. It tells about the relationships, how to win friends and influence people. You can.
Written by Dale Carnegie, am I right, sir?
That is
it's written by Dale Carnegie.
Dale Carnegie, yes. I'm going to
wonderful book. Wonderful book.
Wonderful book. Must read. Yes. Buy books.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Children.
Yeah. Anyone would like to ask any query? You can raise your hand so that I will unmute. Or else you can ask in the chat box also. Ram Bhavanshi, I feel blessed and privileged to have been able to meet you and benefit from such an oceanic knowledge that you symbolize. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the compliment for Subraj, sir.
Thank you.
Bhavani says, good session, sir. Sridhar Dandaboina says that great input, sir.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
He is my
Ram
friend and he is my student.
Avanshi says, Professor Garu, namaste. Annapurna, sorry,
Ainapurpu
Ramlingeshwar Garu.
Ramlingeshwara garu.
Yes, yes, sir. Now, sir says that how the mythological knowledge helps in writing. He was asking, sir. You'd like to know that.
Yes,
How
yes,
the
yes,
mythological knowledge helps in writing.
yes. He's right. He's right. He is an author and he can be an input for you. He can be an input for you for your next sessions.
Reading a book is first step to become a writer. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And Chandrasekhar says, absolutely true, sir. Students love when we speak about life and success.
Yes. Mhm.
And Chandrasekhar also gave the example of Dhoni. Example was super and it was very good. With this, we conclude the session. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful session where you inspired people to read the books. You have given a lot of inputs by telling simply every day spending half an hour and talking to the people, reading a book every day 7 pages, saving 5 rupees and buying a book every month and makes you to make yourself wonderful. And you started, and also you shared a lot many books about Siegel and Jonathan Siegel's book, and also the Grow and Think and Grow Rich and Ashtalakshmis. Now how you can make yourself and better.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all those wonderful inputs, sir. Thank you very much. And we'll be ending the session, sir. We'll go for the next session. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you, friends. Thank you for friends for your comments. And I'm very.
Yes, sir. You go ahead, sir. Thank you so much. We'll conclude the meeting.